Contra, Michael, Beverly. Hello, my fellow sinners. You've likely encountered the accusation that we're hypocrites for being sinners while professing belief in God, as if these two realities are somehow in opposition. Today, I want to discuss a common issue I observe when engaging with cynics, skeptics, and anti-theists. They often miss the forest from the trees. Let me elaborate with a few examples before diving into the heart of this specific discussion. One prominent example is how these groups perceive hell. They view it solely as a punishment rather than as a default state. This misunderstanding largely stems from translation choices and the fictionalization of the term hell in modern contexts. The word hell itself is not in the Bible. It's a translation choice. What we now understand as hell, shaped by entertainment and fiction, differs greatly from the biblical meaning of terms like Gehenna, Tartarus, and Sheol. Furthermore, the developed concept of hell found in later creeds and dogmas wasn't fully present at the completion of the Gospels. While you do see hints of it in the final book of the New Testament, the book of Revelation, or the Apocalypse of John, many skeptics approach hell with the pessimism of seeing it purely as punishment without recognizing heaven as a reward. Another issue closely related to Michael's claims is the problem skeptics have with the perceived exclusivism of religion. Every group has the right to define itself and decide who belongs, who is in and who is out. While you may not like it, this is a basic reality. Moreover, exclusive truth claims aren't unique to religion. They are fundamental to mathematics, science, biology, and many other fields. We categorize things, whether it's genres in literature and film, comedy, drama, horror, mystery, or academic disciplines, history, science, mathematics, politics. The idea of exclusivity permeates almost everything. But let's move to the crux of today's argument. In a recent video, Michael Beverly insinuated, and later outright stated, that to be Christian requires one to be racist, bigoted, homophobic, sexist, and generally hateful. I would like to include the implications of transphobic and misogynistic, generally ignorant, although that's not part of the script as I wrote it. As a Christian and a Catholic, I must strongly disagree. Yes, Christianity makes exclusive truth claims. Every belief system does. Even those who claim to be universalist are exclusivist against exclusivist, which is an ironic twist of its own. The traditional Orthodox Christian claim is that God is unchanging. It is our perception of God that evolves over time. According to this understanding, then, when the Bible describes God changing his mind, it's reflecting the author's perception based on their understanding and situation. This isn't just my perspective. It's a view held in classical theology. Just as gravity, physics, genetics, and chemistry operate according to certain laws, so too does God's will. These laws are discovered, not invented. When we live properly, according to these divine laws, certain positive outcomes are inevitable, just as negative outcomes are inevitable when we live improperly or irresponsibly. This is the essence of what Christians are saying about God, his laws, his commands, and his divine plan. The closer we live to the ideal, the better our lives will be. But free will compounds. So, of course, if any type or degree of free will is true, from limited to absolute, from virtual to actual, free will means that someone else's poor choices can impact our lives, despite our best intentions. Then how do we survive this storm of consequences? Well, according to Christians, Jesus is our lifeboat. Those who choose to align with God will have the opportunity to be with him eternally. Whether you view hell as eternal, conscious torment, oblivion, void, or non-existence, this doesn't change the importance of morality. Morality is deeply relevant to ethics, regardless of the objections some atheists might raise on YouTube. This is the reality we live in. Whether or not you believe in God or gods, whether or not you believe in objective reality or truth, this reality doesn't change simply because you're angry at God for having standards or at the universe for having laws. Have a lot of unprotected sex, and you increase your chance of getting an STD. Eat too much, and you're at greater risk of dying early from a heart attack or developing conditions like diabetes. Don't work, and you'll likely end up poor. Treat people badly, and you'll make enemies. Refuse to forgive, and you'll live a resentful, lonely life. These are blunt expressions of biblical principles, but their truth remains unchanged. This is something Jordan Peterson has repeatedly tried to explain in his public career, although I won't digress into that here. To return to the main point, the more we conform to God's will, the higher our nature becomes, the more ethical and healthy our lives will be. This isn't a utilitarian argument. It's about quality of life. And this is measured by results, not by hypotheticals or rewards in heaven or punishments in hell. The closer you live to the truth, the more honest your life will be, and the better your life will be for yourself and those around you. Catholics, Jews, and Muslims all believe they have the fullness of truth. Obviously, all three can't be entirely correct, but that's the claim we each make. This doesn't mean we believe all of us in our in-group are going to heaven by simply proclaiming they belong. And anyone not in our in-group is going to hell. As Kevin recently explained on your channel, that's not how traditional religion works. God, Jesus, has standards, laws, commandments, or in other words, conditionals, that must be met. If those conditions, aka good works, aren't met, i.e. done, then you're not in. To use biblical phraseology, many are called, and not all who are called will answer. Of those who answer, not all are chosen, that is, invited in. Some who are chosen will still be rejected if not prepared or properly attired, and the rejected will be thrown out of the party. Only the few will be elected and get to stay. In conclusion, we are God's servants, or as the New Testament metaphorically puts it, God's slaves. This metaphor is one I am comfortable with. God is the landowner, the president, the king, the CEO, and Jesus is the heir, the new king of the new kingdom. This language is found in the New Testament. Just as the heir speaks for the Father, so does Jesus speak for God. But we're now getting beyond the scope of this discussion. Michael, I hope this response clarifies a few points, addresses some of your concerns, and opens the door for more dialogue between us. I look forward to our next interaction, whether live on your channel or mine. My friend, I enjoyed our previous conversation, and I value our interactions. I hope we can continue this discussion on any platform you choose. Have a great day. Keep up the great content, and know that you're always welcome on my channel. Peace.